Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello, my name is JC Brady. Thanks for joining me today. So today I have a new video. I'm sure a lot of you guys found me through my college video, so if you don't know, I'm a senior at Berea College in Kentucky. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years, can't believe it's almost over. I actually have an extension though, so I have until December, but still it's coming up so close. I've been in a mode of just like reminiscing of, my freshman experience, and sophomore kind of got taken from me because of COVID. But I'm back, and yeah, I've had so much fun here at college, and I remember freshman year and sophomore year, and I remember all the struggles I had up until this point and all the things that I wish I would have known before coming in. So I thought I would gather a list and share those with you. I've come up with 10 things that I think you should know before entering college. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I also have to add a disclaimer that maybe these things you won't relate to, but they were personally what happened to me, what I wish I would have known, and yeah, I just hope that maybe they can help you out. So the first thing that I think was the most important was that I wish I would have known how lonely it was gonna be. I feel like I came into college and there's this idea of college is like, wow, you're gonna make so many friends immediately, you're gonna do all these cool things, it's gonna be so fun. And that just wasn't the reality for me. I'm not super like sociable, so I wasn't like jumping on any opportunity to like go out and go to all the events, and maybe that would have helped me, but also I would have not been comfortable, so I don't regret not doing that. And I ended up slowly making more and more friends, but yeah, at first it was super lonely through classes, labor, and I mean, I'm sure a few events I made a lot of friends, but it took a while, and you kind of just have to be comfortable with the uncomfortableness until you find like what works for you. Next, I think it's important to talk about that you're gonna cycle through your friends. I have very few friends now that I had freshman year. I can think of like 2. Lisa, Sophie, if you're watching, I love you. But yeah, my entire friend group freshman year, no, not with them anymore. A lot of them actually transferred, but yeah, some we just didn't stay in touch, and that's completely normal. I think there's this idea that you're gonna go to college and you're gonna like find your friends for the rest of your life, and honestly I can say right now I have maybe 4 friends here. Of course I'm friendly with everybody, but I mean like 4 friends that I can really like talk to, that I feel comfortable talking to. So yeah, that just wasn't the case for me, and that's okay. I know friends will come, later in life, but yeah, I wish I wouldn't have went in thinking that like, yes, this is it, this is where I find all my friends, because it could very well happen, but it might not, and that is okay. Also, it's super scary to be in college because 99% of the time you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you want. I think I've switched majors 3 times now. I came in pre-vet because I love animals, but I realized pretty quickly that I was just not ready to do the work, especially like for a vet, at least right now. And so I also really love children, so I switched over to child and family studies. But ultimately I knew my passion lied within animals, and so I ended up switching to communication. And yeah, so hopefully with like a communication degree I can work in like the nonprofit setting, rescuing animals or advocating for the environment, things like that. It's totally normal to not know what you want to do freshman year of college. I feel like we're pressured like right after high school, you gotta like decide your life at 18. That's freaking crazy. Who knows what they want to do at 18? And you're gonna keep changing your mind as you get older. You're gonna find your passions, find your hobbies the older you get, and you're constantly gonna be on the search for life of what you want to do, and that's okay. One of the biggest things that I can think of is that you have to be self-motivated to make it in college. That means waking up on time and making it to classes if you have an 8 a.m. That means studying for tests that are really big and impact your grade. That means meeting deadlines and turning in your work on time. Your college grades, your academics, they lie in your hands. They are what you make of them. And I think that's hard because in high school I feel like I had a lot of leniency and not as much work. Obviously I had like a parent to wake me up, to like motivate me to get up and go to school. That is not the case here. You are on your own and you have to do it. Also, I think like in high school we had like a pretty lenient like attendance policy. In college, it really depends on the class. I have 1 class right now that will allow 1 unexcused absence, and after that, you're getting points taken off your final grade. So it's super important that you're self-motivated, that you have to recognize, like, I'm here for a reason. I have a job, and that's to be a good college student and work hard for myself, my future. You gotta get it done. Also, a huge one that I'm actually just now learning, it's easier said than done. You hear it, do not procrastinate, and you're like, of course I'm not gonna procrastinate. But then you get a paper and you're like, oh, but I wanna hang out with my friends, I wanna watch this TV show, I wanna do something else. And then before you know it, it's 11 p.m., you have an assignment due at 11:59, and you are stressed and you are rushing and you are just not your best self. It's so important to not procrastinate and to get your work done when it needs to be done. So yeah, I'm just now learning that, like, separate, like, work on a paper a little bit at a time, you know, like, don't cram it until the final days that it's due, because I'm telling you, I've done that most of my college career, and it is exhausting on the mental, it's exhausting on your body, it is just so hard, and it is so easy when you learn how to, you know, take time and be like, okay, I'm gonna type for 30 minutes today, or I'm gonna type for an hour today and 30 minutes tomorrow. Like, once you get a schedule, your paper's gonna come out so easily. You just have to have the self-discipline to do it. And that is hard. And I'm not saying I'm perfect at it. I still struggle, but I feel like I have such a better grip on that than I did freshman and sophomore and junior year. Next is you should take classes that you love if you can. So I know a lot of colleges, like, there's like a certain curriculum plan you have to take for whatever you want to major in. I go to a liberal arts college, so I have pretty big leniency on what I take. Of course, there's your, like, core classes, like for comm, I've had to take theories of comm, intro to comm, things like that. But then you have, like, a branch of things that you can take. So if I needed to meet, like, a perspective in my major, I have, like, options. So, like, there's, like, nonverbal communication, verbal communication, interpersonal communication, interracial communication, and maybe we need, like, 2 of those classes to graduate. You get to choose which one. And so I highly recommend taking classes that you want to take, because those are the classes that you're going to do the best in. Those are the classes that aren't going to make you miserable. And same if you have, like, perspectives. Like at Berea, we have, like, arts perspective, history perspective, religious perspective, and if you take a class in those perspectives that you're not necessarily interested in, it's going to be quite miserable. My next point is valid for if you can choose your classes, or if you can't, use Rate My Professor to look at the professors you're looking at before you take them. So the reason I've had such a good experience with my classes is because every single class I've been interested in, I would look at the professor, I would look at Rate My Professor, and then people would be like, oh, like, this professor, like, is super lenient with, like, the reading, or this professor assigns a lot of reading and tests after every reading. So, like, obviously you're gonna pick one or the other. Yeah, I think that's helped me so much, like, get the classes I want and get, like, good professors. I've not had a single bad professor my entire time here, and I owe it all to Rate My Professors and the students that came before me. Thank you. And because of that, I always get on Rate My Professor after the semester's over, and I let people know, because that is how I've survived college so far, and I want other people to succeed. Reach out to professors if you need help. But also reach out to professors if you just want to chat. It is so important to make good connections with your professors your entire 4 years here, because you are going to need them. Because here's the kicker. Whenever you're applying for scholarships, whenever you're applying for a job or grad school, these places ask for letters of recommendation. They ask for your grades. It's super important that you stay in touch with your professors so, you know, they can know what's going on. And then if you ever need a letter of recommendation, they can be like, well, this student always came by my office hours. She always communicated her needs. She was super friendly, and she did really well in the class. I could tell that she tried her best. So of course I'll write a letter of recommendation for them. Also, I do miss my friends and family a lot. It does get rather lonely here, even after 4 years, so I'm always staying in contact with them. I'm always calling them or texting them, and while I do miss them, I am so excited for what the future holds, you know, and I think that's the whole point of college. You're gonna miss your family and friends in your past life, but you have such a big future ahead of you. Like, this is exciting. Like, you can do whatever you want. The world is in your hands, and that is so big. My final advice to you, no matter what year you are, is take advantage of your college resources, whether that's study abroad and they'll supply a little bit of funding, or the Office of Internships at your college where, you know, they can help you find internships that can better your future. I'm so lucky to go to Berea College. They have so many resources. They fund like 2 fully paid internships, which I talk about in one of my previous videos, the pros and cons of Berea College, senior edition. They fund study abroad like up to 1/3, I want to say, your first time going, but if like it has something to do with your major or your minor, you'll get even more funding. I think that's right. Don't hold me to it, it, go look on their website, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I mean, seriously, Dress for Success is another one where they offer like, I think it's close to 400, maybe it's just like 350 for professional like clothing for you after you graduate. So yeah, you have to take advantage of these resources because they are going to help you so much in life, more than you know. So I suggest getting on like your college's website and just looking at different like offices or, you know, clubs, things like that, because you can learn so much information, you can become super educated, and you can just take a lot of skills with you throughout the rest of your life. Also, just like a quick side note is to enjoy it while it lasts. So I'm a senior here, and I'm telling you guys, time has just flown by. That might be because of COVID, but regardless, it's like almost gone. Like December, I'll be done and I'll be like out there doing stuff. Just crazy. I feel like I'm pretty prepared, and I won't say I miss college or I wish I was staying here more. I'm pretty ready to go, but still, it's really bittersweet, and I am just thankful that I got the opportunity to experience it. I'm really blessed, and yeah, I embrace all the like happy moments, even the sad moments. I mean, they build you as a person, and I think that's like the most important lesson here is just enjoy your college experience, be present. It's a big part of your life, and you're gonna do great things after. So yeah guys, that is all I have. I hope that it helped you in some way. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions or if you have any tips that you wish to pass on to future college students or present. So yeah guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you have a good rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye!